Hello and welcome. My name is Ken Rolfness. So glad you're here. Now I'm going to ask you 3 questions later on in the presentation that if you can answer yes to these 3 questions and follow it, a lot of people that have done it kind of feel like they've won the lottery or they kind of found that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. I'm telling you, if you can answer yes to them and follow suit, you'll be able to feel that same feeling. One of the most important ones of all the women making over $100,000 a year, 82% did it in this industry. Now, the person that sent you here probably told you they found a way to make some money, have some fun, help some people while they got all their questions and got the facts. Now, this is an interesting thing. The presentation here is going to cover all 4 of those. And the reason why I use that is because most people fall into 4 different personality types. Whether you're used to the gems or the earth or the different things, I happen to use fish because I like fishing. So let's break that down really quick. A person that likes money are the sharks. The sharks are show me the money. They might be a little bit, they kind of sometimes don't care about other people's feelings. They do, but they just kind of like, this is where I'm at. You talk about a dolphin. A dolphin is the person that likes to have fun. I like to have fun, but I don't always remember people's names. I don't always know the ingredients, things. I don't know how a lot of things work, but I like to have fun. Then you have the whale, which is the person that likes to help people. So money might not be their trigger, but helping people is. And then the final one is the urchin. The urchin is the facts. I need the facts. I'm very much no urchin in me whatsoever. They're the ones that say, I want to know the ingredients, I want to know this, I want to know that, I want to know how that works, I want to know how dynamic compression works. What does this mean? Okay, so the reason why I do that is because this presentation will cover some for everyone. But if you were to talk to, say, a shark about, say, I want to give you all the ingredients in this, the shark is going to go, you know what, that's nice, show me the money. Vice versa, if you were to talk to an urchin that wants the facts and you say, oh, this is wonderful, it's got trips and this, that's nice, I need the facts. Then if you talk to someone like me, which is the dolphin, and you come to me and you say, oh man, the ingredients on these things are, the pH levels of this, it's gonna go right over my head. I just wanna know when what the next free trip is. I wanna know how do I get the next car, that's my thing. And then of course the whale. The whale loves helping people. So if you go to somebody that's a whale and you show them all these amazing trips and all this money, a lot of times that's not their button. They're like, that's nice, but I'm more, how am I gonna help my fellow man and woman? Knowing that, kind of help you to get, there's something for everybody in this presentation. And here's another thing. Everyone is dominant in one. Mostly, and then they'll have some of this and some of that. I'm dominant dolphin, but I got a lot of whale in me. I have absolutely no urchin, but I got some shark in me as well. Okay, so here's what I want you to think about for you. When would you like to retire? In 1, 3, 5 years? 2, how much money would you like to retire in after you've paid the house and the bills and it's just money for you? 1,000, 3,000, 5,000 or more? And 3, how much money would you need to invest in order to get that? Let's say if you wanted to make, say, $5,000 a month, you'd have to have about $1.2 million in the bank at 6% interest. And we know we're not going to get 6% interest. So what do most people want? Well, this is what I refer to as the big 3. They want time, money, health. Here's the problem. The people that tend to have the time don't have the money to enjoy the time. The people that have the money tend to not have the time to enjoy that money. And even if you had all the time and money in the world, if your health was failing you, then most people would agree that you can enjoy your time and money to its fullest extent. And the biggest key to getting what you want is what Jack Zufeld teaches, identifying what you want with all your heart at 100%, that which you desire the most, or what he refers to as the core desire. Well, as for me, I'm half Samoan, half Norwegian, grew up poor in Blue Springs, Missouri. I served a Christian mission to Brisbane, Australia, where I happened to meet my beautiful wife, Michelle Holsworth, and her amazing family. Came back to the States, had a big Samoan wedding. And everyone thought, wow, look at that cake. These guys must have a lot of money. The reality was that I took her on her honeymoon to the exotic locations of Interstate Inn. That's right, it was just down the street and it was like $12 a night. It's not a great place. Well, after that, I became a factory worker. My mom was a factory worker, my dad was a janitor, and I retreaded Trek tires, and I did that for 10 years. And even though I got into management, all they did was change the color of my shirt, put me on salary, and then they own you. I was making less per hour than the factory floor workers were. Well, then my in-laws called and said, hey, listen, we'd like you to come out here. So I went to Brisbane, Australia, and we lived with my wife's parents for 5 years. Well, I got a job working for this gentleman named Phil. He is amazing, him and his wife. A father figure. He was in the who's who of business of 1998 and in 2001. Long story short, I got involved with the industry, had to borrow the money, and then I went to Phil and I said, "You're rich, I'm poor. Tell me what you think." He finally listened to it and he says, "Hey Ken, you know what? This could be really good." Well, after 3 months, I was able to triple my income and fire my boss. And here's the cool thing. He came and did this with me as well, and then we were able to travel the world together. It was kind of cool. After 1 year, I was able to then buy my wife this 7-bedroom resort-style dream home. Bought my first luxury car. It was a Mercedes S-Class Benz with the bulletproof windows. Then we got the 7 Series Beamers, the Lexus, and all the other cars. And I've been around the world about 50 times, and life's been wonderful. The guy that introduced me to this company, the one that I'm about to tell you about, I thought I was good. He is amazing. When he was 21, he got involved with the industry, but by the time he was 25, he was able to become a multi-millionaire, and life has been amazing. He is something else. Well, here's the thing. If you're like most people, you could care less about Mark and I because you listen to radio station WIIFM, which stands for What's in It For Me. Well, this financial freedom in your future. You see, most people think that by the time they retire, they're going to have the big house, they're going to have the cars, the jets, the boats, and all that sort of stuff. Well, most people work the 40-45 plan. That's 40 hours a week for 45 years, and hoping by the time they're 65 that they're financially independent. But the reality is that every 100 people that turn 65, only 4 are financially independent. And a financially independent person is not someone who's wealthy. Financial independence simply means that you have enough money coming in from your assets that are covering what's going out without having to work. And only 4 out of 100, not wealthy, just financially independent. Well, that's just not good enough. And so there's certain things that the successful people know and understand. And this is one thing, and that is that they become a business owner. Now, here's some of the success principles that I love. This is a quote by J. Paul Getty. "I would rather earn 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own efforts." And so here's one of my favorite principles of success. I want you to pretend like I can give you one wish, but you only get 2 choices. First choice, I'll give you $1 million. Or the second choice, I'll give you 1 penny that doubles every day, but only for 31 days. And there's a catch. You got to drive an hour away to see a friend of mine. And when you take that 1 penny, drive there, give them that penny, and they will double it, and then you bring it back. It's 2 pennies. Then the next day you take those 2 pennies, you got to get in the car, drive over there, you give them the 2 pennies, they double it, and you give you 4 pennies, and you got to drive back. You got to put gas in the car, you got to drive, you got to fight traffic, you got to do some work for it. Which would you choose? Well, as a factory worker back then, $1 million for me, please. Who wants to run around for pennies? So let's begin. In the first day, you drive in there, you pick it up, you take a penny, next day doubles 2 cents, next day's doubles, 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 16, 32, and by the 10th day, it's only $5.12. My son Zach says, "Hey Dad, that's not even enough for a Big Mac meal." I says, "Yeah, no, you're exactly right." Some people get mad and said, "I done spent more money than I made," and they quit. So other people say, "You know what? I said I'd do it. My word is my honor. Let's keep going." So on day 11, $5 becomes 10, 10 becomes 20, 20 becomes 40, 40 becomes 81, and by the 20th day, it's still only $5,000. Son of a gun, you probably should have taken that $1 million, right? Well, there's only 11 days left. You said you'd do it, so let's see what happens. Well, on day 21, 5,000 becomes 10,000, 10 becomes 20,000. All of a sudden, wait a minute, you can't wait to get there the next day because that 20,000 is going to double and become 41,000, 83,000, 167, 335, and by the 28th day, $1.3 million. Boy, we didn't agree to 28 days, did we? We said 31. So 1.3 becomes 2.6, becomes 5.3, and the final day of our agreement, $10.7 million. Now who's laughing all the way to the bank? You see, when Albert Einstein, considered one of the smartest men of all time, he was asked what he thought the most powerful thing on the planet was. He said that the 8th wonder of the world was compound interest. But more importantly, he who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it. So how do we make compound interest work for you? Simple. It's called the 2x2 formula. In fact, if you can answer yes to these simple 3 questions, then we can show you how to harness the power of compound interest. Question 1. Do you want the big 3? More time, more money, better health. Question 2. Do you have the money it takes to get started in your home-based business and maintain a monthly health commitment of 160 points per month for 12 months? There is no contract for 12 months, and this is just you. This is if you decide that you want to do it. There's also a money-back guarantee. So really, you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. And question 3 is, do you know 2 people within a month that can answer yes to these 3 questions? All right, let's just assume that you've joined the company, you've picked the pack, and here's a hint. Whatever pack you come in, whenever someone joins you, they're probably going to ask you where you came in, and they'll probably do what you did. So let's take that into consideration. Okay, you've now joined the company. You've now, after the first month that you've joined, no matter what pack is, for the next 11 months after that, you'll do 160 points. The 160 points is different in each state and each country because you've got shipping, you got handling, you've got taxes, you've got all these different things to take into consideration, but 160 points is standard. Okay, and that'll give you enough products for you to be able to use for you and your family and get some amazing results. So, it is now your first month. You brought in your first 2 people. Congratulations. Well, what happens in the next month? So month 2 comes around. How many people do you bring in this formula? 0. You did what you said you would do. Now, there is a formula that was in Mark's previous company, and it's documented that they have what's called 20/20 perfect vision. And those that did that had a foundation of $1 million a year. So I don't know a lot of careers that you can come in like a factory worker like me, can come in there and make $1 million a year. It's pretty cool. All right, let's now go to the second month. Those 2 people came in, they get their 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. And remember, everybody is just getting their 160 points. You've got 32, 64, month 7, 128, 256, 512, 1024, 2048. A year from starting, that'll give you 4,096 people. If you add all those people up, that would give you a grand total of 8,190 people in a year. How many points did everybody get? Just 160. For simplicity's sakes, we're just going to shave that down to 8,000 people. So in 1 year, you have 8,000 people. Everybody's just doing 160 points. And so let's begin. Let's have a look at that. So you have 160 points each. That gives you 1,280,000 points per month. We get paid weekly, so we're going to cut that in quarters, and that's going to give you 320,000 points per week. We get paid 8 different ways. 8. I'm only going to cover one of the ways, and it's not even the one that we make the most money on. So what happens is, of those 320,000 points, we have what's called a binary with a unilevel back end. It is a hybrid system, and it was, in fact, Mark, my buddy, he's one of them that helped pioneer this and made it what it is today. Remember I said he's one of the best. Okay, so when we take that 160,000 points on the right, 160,000 points on the left, the company does what's called cycles. And every time it cycles, it pays you money. So how do you cycle? What do those points mean, Ken? Well, if you look on either side, the company is going to look up, it's going to go up, and when it finds 480 points on one side, it will then go to the other side, and it will look for 240 points. Because generally, one side always outgrows the other, in most cases. So it goes 480, 240, and it finds it, ding, pays you $28. That's a cycle. And then what happens after that? It then looks again, 480, then it goes to the other side, 240, ding, it keeps paying. $28, $28, $28. Well, in this particular formula, after 1 year, that would give you 333 cycles per week. We get $28 a cycle, so in a year's time, that would give you $9,333 per week. And if it didn't get any bigger than that, and all people did was just take the products and maintain their health and just enjoy themselves, in 52 weeks, that would give you a base salary, if you want to call it that, of $485,333 per year. That doesn't count all of the other 7 bonuses. Here's the thing. Well, you're saying, Ken, you know, that's nice, but that's in a perfect world. We don't live in a perfect world. You might be able to get 2, 2 might get 1, 1 might get none. What do? Well, tell you what, that's $485,000 a year. Let's assume that it didn't even come close to that. Let's just say that it fell short by 90%. It wasn't a small failure, 90% failure. Would 10% of $485,333 per year be worth some time, effort, phone calls, a little bit of money while you're getting healthy? Absolutely, because 10% of that would give you $48,484.80 a year. Well, that's $4,000 a month. Would an extra $4,000 a month make a difference in your budget? Let's say it didn't even do that good. Cut that figure in half. Would $24,242.40 still be worth your time and effort to get in there? Because that's still $2,000 a month. Would $2,000 a month make a difference in your budget? Heck, cut it in half again. Would $12,000 a year or $1,000 a month make a difference in your budget? In fact, we can even go one more time. Let's cut it in half again. Would $6,000 a year or $500 a month make a difference in your budget right now? Did you know, I think 70 or 80% of bankruptcies would have been saved with an extra $400 or $500 a month? Yes, this is a big deal for most people. And all of this while getting healthy. So what's the name of this amazing company? Viseo. I'm telling you what, this company is so amazing. At the time of this recording right now, we're not even 2 years old. In fact, at the 18-month mark, they had paid back all their investors. When we had our grand opening, to give you an idea, most companies in our industry, when they launch, they have a pre-launch and then they come to their grand opening and they'll 200, 300, maybe 500 people. I believe the most that we found was 1,200 people that came to their grand opening. What did we do? 6,000 plus. You know why? Because of Dallin Larson. They call it the Dallin effect. He's amazing. This gentleman here has already built $2 billion companies. Not one, but two. This is phenomenal. And now he's come out of retirement, him and Carrie, and they says, you know what, we're gonna do it again because we wanna help people do good. I love the story. It was basically, you know, he was golfing, had his best golf game. She was out shopping and doing what she does. She's amazing. These people are amazing. They both helped their dads right before they passed away, took them to the big game, the Masters, the Super Bowl and all that. Anyways, he had this best game and he goes, you know what, that's the best game, and I just unfulfilled. And Carrie was reading the scriptures and you know, the parable of the talents, and she called Dallin basically in a nutshell, says, Dallin, your talent's not golf, my talent's not shopping. Our talent is doing good and helping people.
That's why Viseo boasts world-class leadership, headlined by Dallin Larson. Widely recognized as one of the industry's top leaders, Dallin has been a central figure in the mega success of $2 billion companies. His accomplishments include being recognized by the Inc. 500 Top 50 Fastest Growing Companies, an Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year winner, the Utah CEO of the Year, and the list goes on. But here's the thing, he's not finished. He and Carrie are dedicated to making Viseo their final and most compelling legacy endeavor by touching the lives of millions around the world. To accomplish his vision, Dallin spent significant time and resources searching for a disruptive service, product, or technology that could tangibly change lives. When you take oral supplements, they get broken down and even destroyed as they make their way through the destructive elements of the digestive tract, resulting in the nutrients of these so-called supplements not reaching our body's cells and therefore providing little to no benefit. However, science now indicates there are ways to help protect nutrients as they move through the body. The Larsons and their team have discovered that there are clinically proven processes which allow nutrients and ingredients to be absorbed more effectively into the body. One very effective and unique process used by pharmaceutical companies utilizes liposome technology. Liposomes are double-layered bubbles, or spheres, comprised of beneficial fats that the body recognizes as nutrition and allows the nutrient to be absorbed into the cells at much more effective rates than traditional supplements. This is Viseo's advanced delivery technology. Nutrients encapsulated in liposomes are in a form that allows them to pass through the harsh environment of the digestive system intact and to be delivered where they are needed most. This is the good news your body has been waiting for. So where can you get this groundbreaking technology? It's delivered through Viseo's MicroLife products.
MicroLife products address a wide array of key health concerns, including brain and sleep support, weight management, joint health, anti-aging, detox, energy, and overall nutrition.
We begin to show the signs of aging when our body's natural supply of antioxidants become depleted. Using standard over-the-counter supplements to restore youthful looks can be a worthless effort because most of the ingredients generally get destroyed during the digestive process. And it's simply impossible to eat enough antioxidant-rich foods to fight the signs of aging. Introducing Eternal by Viseo, featuring the world's most potent known antioxidants and polyphenols. Eternal is a revolutionary, age-defying blend that combines youth-restoring antioxidants delivered through our advanced liposomal technology for optimal absorption, assimilation, and performance from the inside out. From the pollutants in our environment and the artificial chemicals in the foods we eat, to the stressors of everyday life, our bodies are continually exposed to harmful toxins. And just like any complex machine that requires regular maintenance, the body's major elimination organs naturally cleanse themselves for optimal functionality. However, our daily diets don't provide enough of the right nutrition to help our organs better perform their jobs. Enter Vitox, featuring the world's first liposomal milk thistle extract, clinically proven to be up to 10 times more bioavailable than over-the-counter brands. Combined with a blend of organic fulvic acids and additional cleansing herbs, one capsule of Vitox Daily provides vital nutrients to all 5 elimination organs for a total body detoxifying experience.
Core Complete is formulated to fill nutritional gaps and establish a firm health foundation.
It features non-GMO whole foods like omegas 3, 6, 7, and 9 from Norwegian salmon,
as well as probiotics, phytonutrients, digestive enzymes, superfruits, green foods, amino acids, vitamins, and minerals. All this with no binders, fillers, or synthetics. Going to the store and purchasing each ingredient individually would cost you over $300, but with Core Complete, it costs you as little as $64.95, an extraordinary value. At Viseo, we believe every person on the planet should be on Core Complete. It should be at the core of your daily nutritional program. V-Slim is a simple weight management solution featuring powerful and scientifically validated ingredients, exclusive only to Viseo, that helps boost metabolism and curb your appetite, all while supporting healthy blood sugar levels. Simply mix with water 30 minutes before a meal. Losing weight has never been this easy. Viseo's solution to healthy energy is called V3. V3 utilizes key ingredients like green tea and adaptogenic herbs to promote a new class of sustained energy and mood enhancement like you've never enjoyed until now. And at Viseo, we never use sucralose or other artificial sweeteners to flavor our products. That's why V3 and V-Slim are flavored with all natural sweeteners such as honey granules and cane sugar. Renew helps support the body's natural inflammatory response, helps protect from free radical damage, helps increase mobility, and supports healthy cartilage and joint function. Over 60% of Americans struggle to get a restful night's sleep. Viseo's sleep product is designed to help optimize your body's natural sleep mechanisms and reduce stress, enabling you to experience the best sleep of your life. The clinically proven ingredients contained in Viseo's Neuro are formulated to help elevate cognitive function and to help balance mood and stress.
I'm telling you, these products are absolutely amazing. I don't want to tell you exactly what's happened with my gout, my blood pressure. I started taking the weight management, but it actually had a different effect. I'm a diabetic, have been for years, and it says that it helps with blood sugar levels. And I was on it 6 months. My blood sugar was 2 years ago. It was 9.9. Then I doing the metformin and doing all that. It went up to 10.4. Then I got on the product last year, the V-Slim, and I took that and I just went to the doctor a few months ago, and I'm down to 8.9. So I can't wait to, as long as it's going in the right direction, I'm pretty excited about that. I won't talk to you too much about all the different things, with my wife with the CBD. In fact, I want to tell you a little bit about the CBD because I was one of those skeptical people. I mean, really skeptical. I was at, I'm very conservative. I grew up that way. Never had drugs, alcohol. Some said that I'm a boring person. And, hey, to each his own. And so marijuana was just one of those things. And so a good friend of mine, Dell, had talked to me years ago about hemp. Straight away, I'm thinking, marijuana, pot. And so I disregarded it. I didn't know what he was talking about, but I didn't want, I think they call it death by association. I was uneducated. Then a couple years ago, a good friend of mine, Brian here in St. George, says, hey, Ken, I got to talk about the CBD oil. Well, I knew that it was not legal in all the states, and I knew it was too similar to this stuff, so I was like, no, thank you. And it was only recently when the Farm Bill passed, and all of a sudden it's legal. I still had a problem. With it until I found out that there's a major difference between hemp and marijuana. They're cousins. But here's something that's even more important before I get into that. I was at church and this gentleman there was talking about how the life expectancy has changed. Our life expectancy is going backwards. What? in today's society, that makes no sense. Well, the last time that it had a 1 year when it went backwards was in 93 at the height of the AIDS epidemic. And then the last time it was 2 years in a row, I think it was 62, 63, and it was influenza, killing a bunch of people. So all of a sudden our life expectancy is going backwards. And now we're on our third year. And the last time it was 3 years in a row that the life expectancy was going down was back 100 years ago with the Spanish flu. And so what's causing this? And here's what it is. The number one and number two reasons of why we're sliding these last few years. Number one is the opioids and the dependency on it and what it does. And number two is suicides. And they kind of counter, they're together. So what in the heck is going on? Then I find out that this CBD oil is amazing. I saw this video, I believe it was called Charlotte's Web, and this little girl, and she's 2.5 years old, and she's having all of these seizures, and her seizures were happening like every 300 times a week, and sometimes they're so bad that her heart would stop, and the mom's giving her CPR, and on the way trying to get her to the hospital, and she's saying her goodbyes. I mean, that's pretty hard. There's got to be a way that we've got to fix this. And then they give her this CBD oil. And the CBD oil, literally, you can watch it. It's calming them down. And then I start hearing stories about it, and more stories, and find out that the big difference of what marijuana and hemp, they're cousins, they look the same, except for they're not. Marijuana has 5 leaves, hemp has 7 leaves. Marijuana has the THC, that's the high factor. But here's the thing as well. That was my reason why I didn't want to take. I knew that it was something that I just didn't want to take. And so I found out not all CBD oils are the same. In fact, you can, right now, the way it's going, it's a Wild West right now. You can go to local gas stations. There's these shops popping up everywhere. They don't even know where they're getting their CBD from, where the plant comes from. They don't even know where, if it's got THC or not. I was just on the phone the other night, and this guy is a truck driver. This is what he does for a living. He's driving. He's taking this hemp. It says that there's no THC in it, and all of a sudden he gets pulled over, drug tested. He loses his license. Another nurse on the phone from a doctor talking about his patients, and she's a nurse. She loses her job because she doesn't pass a drug test because the CBD oil that says there was no THC in it, it had it, and it shows up on a drug screen. Our CBD one doesn't have any in it. We have the certificate of analysis. We have what liposomal. I mean, there's so many different things. We know ours comes from. We know ours comes from the plant all the way to the bottle. We know where it comes from here in the United States. We don't get our product from some other countries that might not have the same regulations. We know exactly what's in there because of our certificate of analysis. If it's not liposomal, the studies show that CBD oil has about a 6 to 13% absorption. So it doesn't matter how many milligrams, how big the bottle is, or all that sort of stuff. If it's only getting 6 to 12% or 13% absorption. Okay, so you've got all these CBDs out there, and there's tons. Last year, I think it was about a $500 million industry. Now that the Farm Bill's passed, they're touting, Forbes is touting, and everyone's touting, it's going to be a $22 billion industry by the year 2022. Just in a couple more years. We're at 2019 now. Holy smokes. Well, this is massive. And all these CBDs, if they're not liposomal, now here's the thing. There's only a few that are liposomal. Or at least they say are. We're even finding that there's some that are saying they're liposomal or not even liposomal. But check this out. Of the liposomal ones, you want to find one with a patent. Well, guess what? There's only one right now at the time of this recording that has a patent. I don't even think there's a pending. And if there's a pending patent, that could be 10 years, could be 20 years, could be 5, who knows? So there's only one right now. So if you're looking for a CBD, if you want the best thing for your family that you can give to the kids, check with your doctor, do all that sort of stuff. But this is the best one. I guarantee our CBD1 products, our cream, and our oh man, the dropper. She had the best week. The first time she tried it after watching something that I showed her, she said, okay, so there's no THC, I won't get a high, no, everything's fine. And then she tells me that next day, that was the best day. She had the best week. So for me, happy wife, happy life. Here's just a couple short things that I found out about CBD that I love. It's just there. Hi, my name is Hemp. In 3 to 4 months, I can grow to produce over 50,000 commercial products, including anything wood, paper, cotton, or plastic it can be used for. I'm also an edible protein, including all essential amino acids, as well as omega-3, 6, and 9 essential fatty acids. Best of all, I am renewable. I don't need to be genetically modified because I am naturally pest resistant. Wow! Cannabis oil has been around for thousands of years. I mean, it's one of the oldest known medicines. And I love this as well. I love this, Forbes.com. In a recent survey, nearly half of people who use cannabis oil or CBD products stop taking traditional medicines. Now, don't you stop. Consult with your doctor if you need to do that, but I think that's kind of cool. I love this. Trust me, I'm an eco designer. Hemp produces more pulp per acre than timber on a sustainable basis in just 4 months. It can be used for everything paper can be. Hemp paper manufacturing reduces wastewater contamination. Hemp low lignin content reduces the need for acids used in pulping, and its creamy color lends itself to environmentally friendly bleaching instead of harsh chlorine compounds. Less bleaching results in the dioxins and fewer chemical byproducts. Now, I don't know a lot of those words maybe because I'm dolphin, but I'll tell you what, this is pretty impressive stuff. I love this. 22 reasons, I'm just gonna name a few of these, why you wanna try our CBD one. Patent protected, made in the U.S., advanced liposomal delivery, 100% safe, positive mental support, supports mood, immune system health, supports healthy cartilage wellness, supports relaxation, helps support urinary tract health, may help increase concentration, supports bodily responses, supports sleep, supports joint wellness, neuroprotective properties, helps support management of discomfort, may help support cardiovascular health, supports healthy skin, not psychoactive, may help cleanse the body, supports healthy circular system, completely legal. Oh, cool. Now, here's the thing. With all these hemp things popping up around, they're starting to crack down, and this is where we're setting so good. This was in the Herald Tribune. Crackdown coming on CBD oil. If you don't have the documents, it's going to be tough. This is kind of cool. This is from US Weekly. CBD bigger than you might think. CBD helps with pain, stress, and anxiety. That's Jennifer Aniston. It's just kind of cool. I love the TMZ clip. We don't even have to tell people how amazing CBD is. That's how cool it is. Now, here's something that's really impressive. For those of you that understand business, if you're looking for a side gig, this was in the Chicago Tribune. Move over jewelry and leggings. Selling CBD oil is the new side hustles for mom. So you don't have to be a Uber driver if you don't want. If there's plenty of side gigs out there, we want to be able to bring you into something that you can do from home. And this is one of my favorite things right here. This is Maria Ramirez. She is the world's foremost financial forecaster as stated by the Wall Street Journal. And this is what she said. With millions of new people entering the gig economy, coupled with the expected growth in the CBD market, with the passage of the Farm Bill, no company is better poised to create significant global market share over the next several years than a company called Vaseo. You're at the right place at the right time. Answer yes to those 3 questions. Man, you are on a rocket ship. Man, we're kicking the tires and lighting the fire. The jet's on the runway, and it's about to take off, and we want you on this jet with us. All right, we're just about done here, but here's something I want you to think about. If you are the greatest jockey in the whole world, if you're on the wrong horse, you're gonna lose. Horse is just sleeping. I can tell you Vaseo is the right horse. I mean, Dallin and Care have already built $2 billion companies, and this is their 3rd and final company. You've gotta know that it's the right horse. It's the right captain of the ship. All you have to do is get on the horse. You can be just an average jockey, even a below average jockey. You get on the right horse, you give a little kick and a little giddy up, you're gonna cross that line every time. But here's the reality. If you lost your job today, how long could you pay the bills? A year, 6 months, 3 months, 1 month, 2 weeks? If you said 3 months or less, then this could be the answer to help you to take care of you and your family. But here's another thing. If you're not living in the house or the neighborhood you'd like to be and the kids are attending the schools they want, if you're not driving the car that you would like to be, or the money that's in the bank is not what you would like it to be, or if you're not taking the family staycations, sorry, if that's what you're taking, well, there's a saying that says this: where you are today may be a result of the last 5 years of your life. If you're not satisfied, what will you do different in the next 5 years? You see, Albert Einstein said this, and I thought this was great. He said that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. Okay, so you're saying, hey, Ken, I'm not a shark. You know, I can't talk like that. You know, life's been pretty tough lately, and I just don't have that kind of money sitting around. And you know what? You know, I've tried these things before, and I've not done well. I've failed pretty miserably. I know a lot of people that have as well. Well, okay, let's say you're not a shark. Or maybe you are a shark, but you're not in the financial spot. Here's what you can do. Remember those 3 questions? You know, Do you want time, money, and health? Of course you do. Do you have the money it takes to get started and maintain a monthly health commitment? That's what we're going to cover right now. And of course, the third is, do you know two people that can answer yes to these two questions? Let's cover number two. Let's say that you don't have the $1,600. Here's what I'd like to ask. Do you have or can you get $179.85? Well, yeah, of course you do. You know what? I'm Polynesian, and when I grew up, whenever they came and said, "Hey, listen, we got this thing, we'd always say, "Oh, don't have the money." But whenever there's a funeral or a wedding, somehow we were able to get the money. So let's take that as the example. So to register, it's going to cost you $49.95. So let's go to the 80 points. 80 points is what you need to take advantage of getting paid. See, we can go 1,000 cycles at $28 a cycle a week. That's $28,000 a week. Do you think you could live on that? Well, probably. Well, I'm going to give you a program that will be able to help you to get that and not having to spend a lot. So $49 and then 80 points. 80 points, this is what I'd recommend. To get 80 points, I would say this is our loss leader. This is what Mark says. The Core Complete, hands down, is the best thing. Our company wants as many people on it. In fact, this stuff is so good that when Tracy Gibbs and Dallin and they were talking before he came over, Dallin says, I want the best vitamins. Tracy says, I can give you the best vitamins. I've got enzymes that he understands. He goes, but Dallin, I don't want to work for an owner that's going to say, okay, cut this corner, cut that, put some fillers in. Hey, we need to make some money. Dallin says, nope. He goes, you make the best product. So that Core Complete, it's about $300 worth of product if you were to go out and price it out. In fact, if you go to California, our experts out there are saying that it's going to cost you about $400. Just for the fish oils, just a good supply of fish oils is at $50 for a good quality on this level. Or a probiotic, there's $50 for a good probiotic. That's it. Here, you add all of those stuff in ours, it's going to cost you $64.95. One bag of that, 64, it gives you 40 points. So you want 80 points, get 2 bags of those, one for you and one for your significant other. There's your system right there. Okay, so you've answered yes to the 3 questions, and this is what that looks like. If you get 2 people, and let's say that you can't even do 2 people, you're so worried that you can't even do 2 people in a month. Do you think you can get 2 people in a year with our help, with this video? Can you do that? Because we know that the number 1 fear of the human race is speaking in front of people, but people will join you because they know you, like you, and trust you. So you don't present, I don't need you to present. Just push play. If you can push play, you can make money. You can do this business. Can you get 2 people to join you in a year? Yeah, I think you could. And then do you think you could get those 2 people to do what you just did and they get their 2 in a year? Well, after 12 years, that would give you, of course, a pretty good significant number. That would give you 4,096 people. And at 80 points each, that would give you $20,000 a month. Now, that's not bad. Could you live on $20,000 a month? Heck, we can cut that in half, $10,000 cut in half, $5,000 cut in half, $2,500. Okay, do you think you can? I'm sure you can. But what if you don't want to wait around for 12 years? We'll make a simple mathematical adjustment and make those years to months. So do you think with our help, with these videos, with the company like we have, with all the different things that we have, do you think you can get 2 people in a month? And could you help those people or teach those people to get 2 people in a month? Well, in 12 months, that would give you $20,000 a month. Cut it in half, that'd give you $10,000 a month. Wasn't even that good. Cut it in half, $5,000 a month. You see where I'm getting at? It doesn't have to be perfect. But all you have to do is get involved. You've got to be able to want something. You've got to want it yourself. And like Jack teaches, you got to know core desire, what you want with all your heart at 100%. And I can tell you that you will cross that line and you will get whatever it is that your heart's desire. And here we are at the end. Step 3 of our 3-step system. Step 3 is this. Let the person know that sent you this video, whether you're a 1, 2, or a 3. A 3 is that you got plenty of time, plenty of money. You don't need that, but maybe you'd like to try some of these amazing products. Or a 2. Well, you know what? Makes sense. But you have some questions. You need to find out more about the packs. You want to understand some of the sort of stuff like that. Well, that's great. You just get back to them, say, I'm a 2, I've got some questions. They will get someone else. If they don't know the answer, they have access to someone who does have it, which is really great. So that's a 2. Or you're a 1. And a 1 is someone who can answer yes to those 3 questions, which are, yes, you want more time, more money, and better health. Yes, you have the money it takes to get started in your business and maintain a monthly health commitment. And yes, you know 2 people that can answer yes to these 3 questions. If you can answer yes to these 3 questions, congratulations. Welcome aboard. This is the most amazing feeling company health-wise. It's a community of people that love, help, and they also love watching you succeed. You don't always remember what you get for your birthday or for Christmas, for any other holiday, but you always remember those times that with your family and your friends on vacation and doing things together. Call them. Let them know that you found something that you're really excited about. Send them the Step 1 video. And if you do that, hopefully we'll see you and your friends along with us and our friends on the beaches of the world. Take care.